morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter, and it is Sunday. Let's work on something. Let's make a project. Let's work on some stuff. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I see in the chat that a lot of people are having snow today. We have Irish Sail Lady, although she does not have snow today. She says, good afternoon, Ian and fellow crafters and quilters. Hope all is well from a rainy and cold Florida. Norma has 5 inches of snow here in Illinois, Central Illinois. Caroline is here, Liz is here, Dawn is here, Teresa's here, Kathy is here, Pamela is here, Catherine is here, Lori, Sally, June, Debbie, Jean. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope everybody's having a great day today. It's Sunday. I am not necessarily ready to start another work week tomorrow, but it's going to be a short week because QuiltCon. QuiltCon starts this week. I'm super excited for that. Cannot wait to be at QuiltCon and spend time with Becca and Teresa and, Tiffany. Teresa, where did Teresa come from? I don't know. Remember when Teresa was like, I'm going to come to QuiltCon and kick your butt after I sent her the plastic roach? That's where that happened. Anyways. Tiffany will be there, Mary will be there, and a lot of other, Bill will be, actually I'm rooming with Bill. We're going to share a hotel room so that way it wasn't exuberantly costly for us to have hotel rooms. Gosh, it was so expensive. Hotel rooms were so expensive. It was crazy. But thankfully we are sharing the cost, so that's going to make it better for both of us. Debbie, hi, Teresa. Maybe that's why I said Teresa's, because Teresa House is here and says hello, so maybe that's why it was. I don't know. Louise, Catherine, Louise, Jan, Jackie, and Nikki, thank you for being channel members. Greatly appreciate your support here on the channel, and I do appreciate everybody else being here and helping out my channel as well. I literally could not have done, I can't do this without you, so thank you for being here. Deb says hello from Iowa, first time catching you live. Welcome, Deb, so glad to have you here today, and I'm so glad that you were able to catch a live today. So, story time, I went to the bank on Saturday, and as I was walking into the bank, this little old lady came up to me and asked me to help her check her balance. And so I pushed her over. That's a joke. That is a total joke. If it just like went over your head just now, that was a total joke. Get it? She asked me to help her check her balance, so I pushed her over. Yeah, anyways. Hope everybody caught that joke. I would never push anybody over. That would be so mean. But I thought it would be a funny joke. I need more joke material, to be honest. You can't put it in the chat because I can't keep up with it. Everybody would be putting their jokes in the chat. But after this video is over, tell me what your favorite joke is in the comments, because I need to add some new material to my list of jokes. But there you go. Y'all remember that I'm 30 seconds ahead of y'all, so I'm just now starting to see all of the laughing emoji faces and groans and want-wans and all those coming in. So anywho, yeah, so it's been a good week. I am ready for QuiltCon though, and I also need everyone's help to manifest for me. I was awoken at 7:30 yesterday mornings. My neighbor upstairs moved out, and so he was moving all of his stuff out at 7:30 in the morning, which I'm like, really? Quiet hours officially end at 8 a.m. I think it is, but I'm like, on a Saturday morning at 7:30? So I need everybody's help to manifest. We're going to manifest that my new neighbor, whoever it is that moves in, they're going to be a quiet neighbor, and they're going to share the same schedule that I have, so that way it's quiet when I'm wanting to sleep, and we are moving around when I'm awake. Like, we're going to manifest that together and make that happen, right? Like, and would it be cool if they were a quilt or two? Just saying. Anyways, so Robin says the quilt behind you is gorgeous. Thank you so much. I did get the official announcement that this will be included in the Dallas Quilt Show. So if you're going to the Dallas Quilt Show, you will see Rainbow Vortex there. I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Andrea says, howdy everyone, hello. All right, so sinfully I laughed. He says, it's okay. I laughed too when I heard that joke for the first time, so it happens. So today I finally got the material in. I can finally finish out my Atomic Starburst quilt. if you didn't catch this during the summer, I think I did this, no, it was during October, no, September, October, somewhere around in there. September or October of last year, I worked on the Atomic Starburst quilt. This was actually a collab between Teresa, Tiffany, Becca, and I. We all worked on the same, well, we didn't work on the same project. What happened is I sent them mystery fabric. I included a plastic roach in all of theirs to surprise them, which if you want to see that reaction video, I have a short on it. Go watch it. It's hysterical. But I sent them the Tula Pink neons in green, orange, and purple. And we all had to create a project using that. So I worked on creating the Atomic Starburst quilt with those colors of fabric included, and it has been coming out wonderfully. I cannot wait for this quilt to get quilted. But as you know, I like big quilts, and I cannot lie. So I wanted a bigger quilt, so I am adding a piano keyboarder onto all 4 sides of my quilt. So today we're going to be working on putting that piano key together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually attach it onto the quilt, so I don't know if we're actually going to see the finished quilt today, or at least the quilt top. But I'm at least going to work on the strips, and I'm going to see if they're long enough, because I did the first one. I did a test one to make sure that it was going to work. And look, I mean, look how gorgeous this piano key is. It's beautiful. It fits perfectly with the quilt. I will open this quilt up so you can see it here in just a second. So hang on. But anywho, so I am going to work on putting these on, but I don't know. I realized I was about 1 strip too short when I put this one on. So I think I've cut everything out, but we'll have to wait and see. Lori says, we have blackout drapes. Dog has learned to open them to let the light in when he thinks I need to get up. I have blackout curtains in my room too, because any type of light I'm very sensitive to. I don't know why. I can't really sleep when there's any kind of light on at all, like night lights, anything. It has to be like as pitch black as possible. So yeah, I feel that, and I do have blackout curtains, but I like almost had to tape them onto the walls because I needed to shut out every little bit of light. So, all right, let's take a look at this Atomic Starburst. I do have the camera a little bit lower. So it's going to be hard for me to show the entire thing, but, oh, and I need to show you this thing as well. I'll show that to you here in a second. I forgot about that. So anyways, this is the Atomic Starburst, and I'm not going to be able to get it all in the frame at the same time. I do apologize about that, but look how good this piano keyboarder looks on this quilt. I think it is such a lovely, I mean, it's so perfect. And I'm going to do keystones on all 4 of the corners, and I have some of the bats. So there's going to be like 4 bats hanging in all 4 corners. I think it's going to be so perfect. Hi, Roxanne. How you doing? So we're going to be working on this today. I'm going to throw this off to the side. I'm just going to throw it on the floor. It's fine. It's fine. This is a clean room. Sort of. So anyways, I'm going to be working on that today. I need to show you, I forgot about this shirt. I actually worked on this shirt for a little bit. As many of you know, I like to try out other projects as well. So today, for a little bit now, I have been working on this shirt behind me. It is a test shirt because I wanted to test the pattern to see if it was a pattern that I was going to like. I'm going to do a Mr. Rogers moment for y'all. So I've been working on testing out this pattern. I'm not great at it. I do like this better. I like this pattern better than the first one that I tried. It makes a lot more sense to me. I forgot my microphone is over here. Apologies. I forgot the microphone. Didn't come with the shirt. All right, so Joy T says, those star strips look so small. They're very small. I think you cut them at like 1.5 inches. So they're very, very tiny strips. So, all right, let's see. This goes, yeah. So this is the shirt. I'm not going to finish it out. I'm not going to finish it out. I don't know where to put the microphone, to be honest. I'm not going to finish it out because this was only a test, and I learned several things while putting the shirt together. The collar is the closest collar I've ever been able to come up with. I think it looks okay. I need to figure out how to do the, like where you attach the collar onto the front panel. That is where I'm messing up at, and I can't seem to get it to fold nicely into it. So if you have any tips on how to make that happen, leave them in the comments after this video is posted, so that way I can go back and refer to them. I lose them in the chat. So if you come back to the video afterwards, let me know, because I'm having such a tough time getting this to be really nice and like professional looking, but it actually isn't too bad. I'm not going to finish it out because this material is so thin. I didn't realize how thin it was until I like held it up and I could see my computer monitor like super clearly through it. But anyways, this is actually the material that's on the back side of my Rainbow Vortex. It works so perfectly for the Rainbow Vortex. So look at that. See, I'm matchy-matchy, but I like it. I think it's coming out okay, and I think like it's once I use like good material, I think it's gonna be okay. But yeah, this was just a test. I'm not gonna finish this one out. I'm not gonna put buttons on it and all that kind of stuff. But it's worked out really well. So let me switch. Sorry guys, I apologize. I know that probably was very loud just now. Let me switch back. Let me switch back into my jacket. All right, there we go. But yeah, see, this part right here is what's tripping me up. So as you can see, like, it's just not a very clean, see, it's not clean, and it's not like super, see that right there? So that's where I'm kind of having the issue. Most of the rest of it, I'm pretty proud with. I think it turned out pretty nicely, the rest of it, but just that little part right there is not so great. Not so great. Pamela says, wow, the shirt looks very nice. Thank you guys. June says, like the fabric of your shirt. I appreciate that. Keep it as an overshirt with a t-shirt underneath. It looks great. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. That's a great cover up for a solid t-shirt or tank top. That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Great job on the shirt. I'm starting one for my brother and perplexed over which pattern to use. So I used, this is the McCall's M6044. McCall's M6044. This has honestly been the easiest button-up t-shirt pattern I've ever made. It also has long sleeve versions if you wanted to do a long sleeve. I like short sleeves, so I go with short sleeves. But this has honestly been the easiest pattern I've ever used. I've tried multiple t-shirt patterns and hated every last one of them. This is the first one that I was like, I can actually do this. And there's actually a video online that I have followed putting that together. So highly recommend that one. Really, really like it a lot. All right, so let's put this in the right order. We're gonna go orange, purple, green. All right, so we're gonna put this together. Orange, purple, green, yeah. So I need to do 35, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Talks amongst yourselves. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 7, oh my gosh, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21. Oh my gosh, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. All right. 35. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Dale says, "Hi Ian, shirt looks great on you. Don't be so hard on yourself." Thank you, Dale. I really do appreciate that. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's for sure. I can do two-dimensional. I think that's why I like quilting so much, is I can do two-dimensional, no problem. Three-dimensional gets a little more complicated for sure. Lori says, "I've made clothes for years. Great job on your first one. Thanks for the pattern," says Sally. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Let's see. Walter from the Idiot Quilter could give you some advice. He makes nice shirts for him and Steven. That's very true. I should check that out. Did I do that right? Sure, why not? Lori, I made all of our clothes back in the day except for blue jeans. It makes me want to say 40. I know how many, all of y'all were probably like, "I want to throw out random numbers." Thank goodness I can't hear you, so that way I don't get tripped up on it. But yeah, Bernina burp. And since I'm doing piano keys, I am backstitching both at the beginning and at the end. Since this is going to be a border, I really want to make sure that it stays together. So I'm going to be backstitching and doing all that. I tried to use the automatic backstitching that my machine has, and it ended up just messing me up even more. So, Dawn says, "I used to sew all my clothes and then I learned how to quilt." Nancy says that she loves my shirt. Thank you. Debs says, "Hi from Arkansas." Hello. Suzanne says, "Hi Ian and everyone." Hello. Hope you're having a great day today. It is a cool one here today. My heater's actually kicked on several times today, which I have my heat set to 65. So I'm actually a little impressed because I think it's like 50 something. Yeah, it's 50 degrees outside. So I'm kind of surprised that the heat kicked on because normally my apartment stays pretty warm. June says, "Yep, I made clothes in high school and then started to quilt after that." Very cool. I also today, I popped into, not today, but recently I popped into Sewed Up Bernina, which is my closest Bernina and quilt store. And I was talking with them because I need to take my Bernina in to get serviced in March. QuiltCon is actually kind of its birthday because I purchased it in 2020 at QuiltCon. So I usually get it serviced around this time every year. Just once a year. It's great to have that maintenance done on your machine. And as I was talking to them, I'm like, "Oh, I need to bring my machine in and see like how many, just get it serviced and all that." And she's like, "Oh, how many stitches do you have on it?" And I said, "You know what? I haven't actually looked at how many stitches I have on it. I don't think I've ever looked it up." So today, when I turned the machine on, I went in and looked up how many stitches I ended up putting on this machine. Why don't I put this out there? How many stitches do you think I have done on this Bernina machine? If you're watching this on the replay, put it in the comments. We're just going to play a game, no prize. We're just going to have a little fun. How many stitches do you think this Bernina machine has done? I got it new, so there you go. This is a brand new Bernina when it was first brought to me, so I'm curious to see how many stitches y'all think I have done on this machine, because the number impressed me. I was like, I cannot believe that. Very, very curious. Jackie says, it is 70 here in Phoenix. It's supposed to be 79 by the end of the week. I know by the end of this week, although I won't be here all week, that it's supposed to be like close to 80 degrees. So I don't think we're going to have much more of winter, to be honest. Let's see. Lori says over 100,000, or excuse me, over 1 million. Nancy says 59,000. Teresa's house says 1 million. Lori says 2 million. Jackie says 1.5 million. Joy T asked, when did you get this machine? I got this machine in 2020, March of 2020. So, March of 2020. How many stitches do you think I've put on this machine since March of 2020? June says 2 million. Dale says 1.75 million. Hello from Sedona. Karen says, I was working on my Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilt and was surprised by how different the large and small quilts were. They are very different, aren't they? They are very different. That's one thing that I like about the puzzle mystery quilts, is that the large quilt is not just an enlargement of the small quilt. They are similar. They have very similar looks and feels to them, but they are kind of two different quilts. Nora says 300,04765. Debbie says BRB, finishing up watching a live YouTube series on the Missoula floods. That sounds like a very interesting video to be watching. I have been watching Gilded Age like crazy. I watched many episodes yesterday, and I really like that show a lot. Joydy says 3,760,999. Dawn says 3,500,500. Sammy says 5 million. Cindy says 3 million. Sue Ellen says 6 million. Goodness gracious. I can tell you that it is not 3 million. And it is not 5 million. A couple of you have gotten pretty close. I'm changing my answer. I just looked at mine after 1 year, and there are over 6 million stitches. Goodness gracious. Donna says, holy Jesus, that vortex. Wow, 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 wow. Billion times love it. Thank you, Donna. I love it too. It is so gorgeous. I love it a lot. I was hoping to put it into the Mid-Atlantic show so that way I could see it hanging in the Mid-Atlantic, but the timing was just going to be too close to get it back for the Dallas Quilt Show, so I elected not to put it into Mid-Atlantic this year, maybe next year. Jonah says 2.5 million. Mona did what? Says hi everyone. Jonah, the gentleman from Rose City Originals has a very good video on making shirts like that, and he has made many of them. I will have to check that out because he does. I do remember that he makes his own clothes, and he's really good at that. Jackie says, Ian, do you know of a Cotton Cuts ambassador that is doing a small tutorial on YouTube? I do not know of anybody who is doing the small tutorial. I think everybody's doing them as like live sews or whatever. So I do not know of a step-by-step tutorial like I do, unfortunately. All right, let's see here. Take two. 8,100,000 stitches. So to answer your question, I'm going to go back into my settings here. This one. All right, answer. How many stitches does my machine have? Total number of stitches is 2,090,43. So 2,090,043. 2,090,043. That's how many stitches this machine has in total. Isn't that crazy? Never would have thought about that. And I've also done embroidery on this machine. She told me that it could be double that because when you do embroidery, it only counts embroidery as half a stitch. So it could be even like double that. Who knows? I don't know how many stitches the embroidery is done, so can't unfortunately figure that out, but the number is actually higher. Crazy, right? I was shocked when I saw the 2 million. I was like, oh my gosh. I know I sew a lot, but like, wow. That's crazy amount of stitches. Boop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. June, June and I were the closest, says Lori. Yeah, y'all were very close at 2 million. And it just keeps going, you know, up and up as I'm making more stitches right now. But yeah, y'all were the closest because y'all put in 2 million. So crazy, 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 crazy. All right, roll call. How many of y'all are going to be going to QuiltCon this year? I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Let's see. So all machines tell you how many stitches you make on them? Yes, Pamela. At least the newer machines do. I think even like the Jukies, which are the mechanical ones, they're not the computerized ones. I think they have a counter somewhere in them. I don't know where it is. Tiffany would be a better person to answer that question. But yes, pretty much all modern machines keep a stitch count. And if somebody in the chat knows if mechanical machines like Jukies, like where you can find that information, it's there. Oops. Nancy says, I love the piano keyboarder. Thank you. Lisa's Quilting Corner says that she will be at QuiltCon. Awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hey, Matthew. Matthew says, I think you should do a celebration video when you reach 3141159 stitches so I could be the winner. It is, I just never thought, like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy how many stitches you put onto a machine and don't even realize it. So not an expert, walked through that small last night. Oh, gotcha. Nancy says, so not an expert, walked through the small pattern last night. And that is, I'm assuming that's for the puzzle mystery quilt, Nancy? Is that what you're referring to? Jonah says, I want to, but I don't think that's going to happen. Talking about, I think she's referring to going to QuiltCon. I hope it does happen for you. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to meet everybody and see everybody. I always enjoy, you know, it feels weird like staring into a camera, knowing that there are people on the other side of that computer screen, but I can't see any of y'all. it does feel weird to do that sometimes because I'm literally talking to a camera. If anybody passes outside, like the walkway right out here, they always see the ring light. I'm sure they're like, what is he doing in there? What is happening? Unfortunately, June is not going. Let's see. Karen says, no QuiltCon this year for me. I will be at the 2025 QuiltCon. That's awesome. Oh, and I got a little bit of an explanation as to why QuiltCon kind of seems to go back and forth between the same places. Oops, this is getting sucked down into the machine. Let's not do that. So I talked with some people who are in the know, and they were saying like more than likely QuiltCon will not go northwards. Like it probably will never be in Chicago because the weather during winter in Chicago is not a good mix. Like who knows if we could actually get into the airport depending on like the weather system and the weather pattern that year. So more than likely we will not see QuiltCon move too much further north than, you know, Raleigh or Tennessee or that kind of area. And it's in this weird space where it's gotten so big that it can't get into smaller venues. So it has a particular size. It's like too small for the really, really big ones, but it's too big for the small ones. So that's why it kind of seems to be bouncing around very similar places repeatedly, is because it's hard to get it into some of the like other spaces. So that's kind of the explanation of why it seems to be going just in the same places. And another reason why it probably will not be going further west than, say, Phoenix is because the cost to put on QuiltCon go up a lot. And so they don't want to charge people an exuberant amount to go to QuiltCon, and so they're trying to keep it in a lower priced environment. So that's why it probably will not go further west, and why it won't go up north. Jackie says that her mechanical Janome doesn't have a counter on it, and this my Singer combo doesn't either. Very interesting. Did not know that. I thought most machines had it somewhere, but I'm wrong. And I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. Let's see. Danny did a live sale last night with family for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt in small, and it was a lot of fun. Cool. It sounds like Danny and a couple other channels are doing kind of sews for the small ones, so you can follow along with them and put your small clue together. Thanks for that information. Joan says, hi Ian and Quilty friends, doing hand sewing as I had hip replacement this past Thursday and will not be able to go upstairs to sew. Really miss it, but doing the birds from the Missouri Star Christmas box. Joan, I hope you get to feeling better and I hope your hip replacement goes well. Mom has had both of her hips replaced and her knee replaced. And it's funny because my mom belly dances. Yeah, it's a thing. My mom belly dances, and she was doing that in college. And so I actually think that is what helped her recover so quickly from her hip surgeries and her knee surgery. Is she was doing a lot of hip movements and all of that. So I think that's actually what helped strengthen her core to help her with that surgery. So it's a guess. I don't know that for sure, but it seems pretty likely to me. I am definitely not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV either. Dale says, bye for now. Gonna catch you on the replay. Bye, Dale. See you on the replay. Sammy says it would be interesting to know how many stitches my Old Faithful has. It was bought in 1986. Hey, that's the year I was born. By my grandmother-in-law. Very nice. I know my Singer, my featherweight. Like I would love to know how many stitches are on that one. Unfortunately, it does not have a counter, so I will not be able to know how many stitches are on that one. Yeah, it's probably got a lot. Ian, are you taking any classes at QuiltCon? Joy T asks. No, I'm not going to be taking any classes. The one class that I had hoped to take was unfortunately full. So I will not be taking any classes, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of social time that I'm going to be spending. So I'm kind of okay that I didn't get any classes that I wanted. Louise says, oh, well, no QuiltCon for me. Have fun. I hope that at some point you'll be able to make it to a QuiltCon because it is a lot of fun. Jonah says the newer hip replacement surgery procedure is much easier to recover from and less likely chances of complication. I am glad because I will more than likely have to do that too. Many years down the road, but I will have to do that. My knee gives me trouble, and I wanted to go ahead and have the knee replacement while I was young. This was back when I was like early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. I complained to my doctor that my knee hurts, and I have issues with it. I was like, can we just do a knee replacement now? I'm young, I would recover quickly. And he's like, hey, by the way, those knee replacements only last like 10, 15 years. It's like, oh. He's like, you would have to do that again even later in life. And I was like, oh, cool, good to know. So there's that. Fallon is in the chat somewhere. I missed Fallon. Hi, Fallon. I know Matthew's here. Joan says, thank you everyone, feeling better today. It went well and I was very pleased with the outcome. Was really stressing out about it, but everyone I talked to says it would be worth it. And it is. It is from what my mom told me. She is so much happier with the hip replacement done. Her quality of life is so much better. So yeah, it sucks. Like that recovery is no fun no matter what. But if you're ever worried about a hip or knee replacement, just do it. It's going to make your quality of life so much better. Wow, Teresa says my grandma had a hip replacement at the age of 98, which is crazy because like I know a lot of times anesthesiologists get a little nervous doing anesthesia at that age, so rather impressive for sure. I love this piano key. It is so beautiful. It's so pretty. I will hopefully finish this quilt top today off the live. And I could not be more excited about that. I'm ready to get this off my plate and start another project. Knees are the most complicated, but there are a couple of easy PT exercises to do starting at about a month before, and it makes it easier to recover. That's good to know. Oh, I was going to check and see if I have that gifting membership thing yet that YouTube says I'm supposed to have. I'll check that here in a second. I'd love to be able to like gift that membership. And again, thank you to Becca last weekend, and even was it the weekend before, she gave some gift memberships, excuse me, to some of y'all. So thank you to Becca for doing that. Oh, and speaking of Fallon, thank you for reminding me, Fallon. She didn't really, I just, like, her name popped up in my head. Go check out So Be It Quilts. If you haven't seen on their social media, they are doing a huge Juki machine giveaway. Details can be found in their most recent video this past Wednesday. Go check out their video because they talk about how you enter. I think you purchase something from their website, or I don't know all the details, but go check it out. So Be It Quilts. You could win a Juki machine. Amazing. That was provided to them from Soya. So go check out their video. And if Matthew, if you're still here, or Fallon, if you're here, type in the chat and you can absolutely, in fact, let me see, let me see if I can, are y'all still here? Let's see. Matthew, I see your name at the moment, so I'm going to add you as a moderator for a moment. Let's see. I'm going to make you a moderator if you want to drop the link in if you are still here. Tiffany's here. Hi, Tiffany. The stripes on the piano key make the quilt pop. I agree, Nancy. Karen says, do you have any issues with cutting those stripes? They seem to be cut perfectly perpendicular. Ha! That is funny because they are not. The camera hides that they are not cut perfectly perpendicular. I have some kind of diagonals to it. So if you're on a galloping horse, you would not see them. So, but yeah, it's for sure not perfect. Tiffany says, hey, Ian, I am linking while getting more things done. Lurking, she meant lurking. Lurking while I'm getting more things done before I leave in the middle of the night. Can't wait to see you in a few days. I can't wait to see you, Tiffany. It's going to be so much fun. And tomorrow, Tiffany is taking her first big trip ever, I think. So she's going to be heading over to Becca's house, so that's gonna be super exciting. Katie says, knees over toes guys on YouTube has exercise for knees and hips to avoid surgery. Good to know. All right, let me check to see, let me see if I can do this. If I click here and then I click, that's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted either. Nope, can't do that there. Okay, let me try one more thing. We're gonna go to the actual channel real quick. I know this is boring for y'all and I apologize, but I really wanna see if they have finally given me access to do the thing. I would love for them to give me access to do the thing. Nope, that's not what I want. They still haven't given me access to it. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Oh well. Deb says, I've broken my right wrist twice and had surgery both times. One was closed reduction and the other was an open reduction. Goodness gracious. Melissa says, I'm terrified but excited to meet some of you at QuiltCon. Melissa, don't be terrified. I don't bite. I don't bite at all. So do not be afraid. And Becca is an amazing person. Tiffany is a wonderful joy to meet in person and like a ball of energy. It's so much fun to hang out with her. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So don't be nervous at all. And then you will meet a lot of wonderful quilty people. It's so much fun to just start up conversations with random people because you never know where it's gonna lead. It leads into some of the most fun places. So. Tiffany says, waited until my 40s to travel. You're gonna have a great time though. It's scary, but it's gonna be a lot of fun once you get there, and you're gonna like once you get through it, you're gonna be like, well, that wasn't so bad. Let's see. Paducah Quilt Show is way bigger than QuiltCon. It is, and unfortunately, I did not get my entry. Like, I didn't realize that entry for the Paducah Quilt Show happens in like I think it was like October of last year. I thought there was a shorter timeline, so unfortunately I didn't get anything into Paducah, nor am I going to be going to the Paducah show, but yeah, it's a huge show from what I hear. It's a really, really big show. Let's see. Tiffany, I've made the Phoenix, Arizona flight round trip 4 times from from North Carolina, excuse me. Pretty much no issues. Who knows? One of you out there may be sitting next to Tiffany while she flies. Who knows? Wouldn't that be funny if you got on the plane and you're like, Tiffany! Oh my God! That'd be hilarious. Brenda says, I have met Ian, Mary, and Becca, and they are the sweetest people ever. Thank you. It was so fun to meet you at the Krabby Quilter. I really enjoyed that. That was a fun shop. That was a fun day in general, getting to hang out with Mary and Becca and head to all the different quilt shops. Loved getting to do that. So. I hope y'all like hugs because I can see a lot of us giving y'all hugs. I love hugs a lot. I will be wearing a mask, but I do accept hugs and I love giving hugs. So yes, I'm good with that. Tiffany, wouldn't it be funny if there was a subscriber on the same flight as you? That'd be hilarious. It would be hilarious. I think the chances of it are pretty low, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Nobody has recognized me out in the wild. I pretty much, I don't think any, well, I know Brenda was at the Krabby Quilter, but like, we kind of told y'all we were going to be there. So I don't exactly count that. Like, I'm thinking like completely spontaneous, like, oh my God, it's you. Like, I don't think that's ever happened that I can think of. That would help Tiffany to have someone with her. I agree. It would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun if that did happen. Let's see. Sammy says, too costly to travel from where I am to attend. I totally understand that. Especially if you have to like go to smaller airport and then fly to a bigger airport and all that. Like, oof. It's a lot. It's a lot. Patricia says, good afternoon, Ian and everyone. Happy to make it to the live. I'm happy that you were here as well. Donna says, Ian, there's nothing on So Be It Quilts about the Juki giveaway. Where do I find it? So, if you go to Fallon's YouTube channel last Wednesday, the live stream on last Wednesday, they talk about the giveaway in their live stream, and I think they have a link to it under their video. So go to last Wednesday's YouTube video, and you should see them talking about it in their video. And there should be like some kind of link underneath as well. I don't know about any subs leaving Las Vegas on Monday, though. Yeah, I don't know. It would be funny, though. Joy D says, COVID up in North Carolina. I hear from my PCP. That is why I'm going to be wearing a mask. Unfortunately, I wish COVID would just go away for good. It would be wonderful if it could just go away, be gone forever. I miss being able to just go out and do things without worrying about it. But unfortunately, I have some health issues that make that not possible. So maybe someday. Maybe someday. Let's see. Maybe on the layover from Denver, but I doubt it because QuiltCon is in North Carolina and I'm flying to DC. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you were flying into North Carolina, maybe, but yeah, since you're flying into DC, I don't know so much. I don't know that you're gonna bump into anybody. Ooh, Sammy, I thought, got it. It's also getting my passport. Oh, well, that would be, yeah, that would be a thing. That would be a thing. Um, Jonah says, for me, it's the hotel room cost. I feel you. I was shocked at how much the hotel was. And I'm so glad that Bill was like, "Hey, let's share the cost of this," because it was a lot. I fly in Wednesday and leave Monday, and that was over $1,000. When did hotel rooms get so freaking expensive? They were so cheap, and now they're like, ugh. Tracy says, oh, ordered my background fabric for the showering stars, and I can't wait. I don't have a jelly roll of the collections I want, but I have a lot of 10-inch squares left over from a project. That would be perfect. That would be a great scrap busting. Tiffany, thank you so much. Tiffany just dropped into the chat the link to the giveaway form for Fallon and Matthew's giveaway. So if you were looking for how to enter the giveaway, then click that link and enter into the giveaway. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for providing that. I greatly appreciate that. Pamela, I ordered the Showering Stars pattern and I got my fabric. I can't wait for that so long. I can't wait for it either. It's going to be a lot of fun, everyone. Let's see. Melissa says they are so expensive because of QuiltCon. Quilt shows pick up the prices. Yep, it's true. All right, so here's another one. Oh, and I just remembered. Somebody mentioned to me, and I can't remember who it was. I apologize if you told me about this. I totally forget who it was. But if you are doing, I think it was, maybe it was Pat Strawhouse. Maybe it was her. If you are wanting to do the Showering Stars and you don't want to do the full size, that website also has like a wall hanging size. Now, it would take you much less time to put that together than what I have listed on all the videos out. But if you want to, you could do the wall hanging size instead of the full size, and you could join in and do that with us if that's something that you're interested in. So not only is there the full size quilt, there's also a wall hanging pattern. It's a different pattern than the Showering Stars. It's like a Showering Stars mini wall hang, basically. But if you want to do that, go over to that website. I put the link in all of the descriptions of those live streams. So you can go over to that website and get the wall hanging instead of the full-size quilt if you wanted to do that instead. Let's see. Andrea says, you and me both. I have a weak immune system and I have not left my house in over 2 years except to go to the doctor. And then I panic because we all know how many bugs are at the doctor's office. Andrea, every time I go to the doctor's office, I keep my mask on. Every single time. And even the doctor has stopped wearing a mask. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So, because we know how many people end up sick or like go to the doctor's office sick. And I'm like, no. All right, so there we go. There is another piano key. It looks so good. I love it. Let's see. So let me put that. I'm gonna put that over here for now. I'll have to iron it here in a minute, but we'll do that in a minute. Let's see. Okay, let's start on. Let's start on a green one this time. Yeah, disability income sucks. However, the insurance is a lifesaver. Yes, I have heard that. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna do another 35 one. So let's do 35. 1, 2. Talks amongst yourselves for a moment. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I almost did that wrong. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't know why I flipped it like that. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Oh, do. Kev says, I tripped in the rain and the doc says it broke due to osteoporosis. Now I'm scared. Goodness gracious, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's see. This is my married name, and I don't know if hubby has relatives in Texas. Excuse me, pardon me. Let's see. Sorry, there's no form for the sewing machine. It just makes just make a purchase or enter without purchase. You'll have to send your information somewhere. I just made a purchase. The form was for something else. Fallon, if you're in the chat, Fallon or Matthew, if you're in the chat, would you mind helping clear up the information on how to enter the giveaway, please? I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Hello from Ontario, Canada. Hi, Bambi. Welcome. Welcome back. I was about to say welcome back from Texas. Welcome to this from me who lives in Texas. Did I explain that right? I don't know. Tammy says, hi, Ed. Hope everything is well. What you making? I am currently making piano keys for my border that I'm going to add on to my Atomic Starburst quilt because you know I like a bigger quilt. And so I'm going to add a little bit of borders to make it a little bit bigger. Tiffany is going to run, but have TV on. See you later, Tiffany. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. I want to do something really quick. Let me pop over here. Oops. All right. Let's go back here. Melissa says you're entered by making a purchase. Not sure if non-purchases entries. I'm hoping that Fallon will pop in. Fallon or Matthew will pop in and give an explanation for how the giveaway works. One of the things that I'm going to have to buy at QuiltCon is black or fill thread because I am almost out and my bobbin is flashing at the moment. So we will have to see. Teresa Louise is here. Hi, Teresa. I accidentally called Tiffany Teresa a little while ago. So you were on my mind, apparently. Teresa, I believe, is going to be going live later today. Is that correct, Teresa? What are you going to be working on? And then, of course, Tiffany will be live later this evening as she gets ready to head to QuiltCon. Hi, Becca. Becca's here. Becca, are you ready for Tiffany to show up on your doorstep? Becca's house is going to be a wild, chaotic mess as we all, like all three of us are going to be having such an amazing time hanging out. So it'll be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun. Auntie L made it. She said, just came downstairs. I slept very late today. That's always a good thing to do. I was hoping to sleep late today, but my body woke me up at 8 and said, nope, it's time to get up. And I was like, but I don't wanna. And my body was like, too bad, you're awake now. And I was like, dang. Fine. So I got up. So Be It Quilts is here. And she says, driving home, I'm not. Thankfully, she's not driving. I assume that the first husband of quilting is driving. Or maybe their daughter, because their daughter just recently got her license. So maybe it's the daughter that's driving home. Becca put into the chat the rules for the So Be It Quilts giveaway. So if you need information on that, click that link. Oh, that doesn't work. I was clicking on the wrong thing. Lori says, just imagine the fun you'll have. Becca and Tiffany together sounds like a riot. It is going to be a lot of fun, Lori. And I think all three of us are going to be together for Becca's live stream when we get back from QuiltCon. So, and I'm going to be doing random lives. I'm not going to set anything up officially because I'm playing like plans very loose. So whatever, like just kind of like whatever happens, happens. So yeah, I don't know exactly what it's going to be or how it's going to be. So, but I will do some lives. In fact, let me know what you would like to see from QuiltCon. I can't guarantee that I will be able to do it, but leave me a comment. If you're watching this on the replay, leave me a comment on what you want to see from QuiltCon. I will say it's kind of hard to get video of the quilts themselves because there are a lot of people packed into that small space. So what I may do is I may go live like the last 30 minutes that they're open because usually crowds kind of thin out right before they close, so I might be able to do that then. But let me know what you would like to see from QuiltCon, and I will try and see if I can't make that happen. Fallon says you can enter the giveaway by purchasing from our shop during the time span listed on our rules Becca posted. You don't have to do anything else if you make a purchase. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Becca, and thank you, Fallon, for clearing that up for everyone. I greatly appreciate it. Excuse me, everyone. Carrie Quilt says, my husband saw that and looked at Starry Night legit kits and he ordered it. I will just take my time. Got it. That's awesome, Carrie Quilts. I'm so excited to hear that you decided to go with it, because I remember we kind of talked about that. But Becca has a great tutorial on paper piecing, and there's some other great content creators out there for learning how to do paper piecing, so. Kirk, why did I do that, Deborah? Why? Why did I say Kirk? I saw your name, and I still said Kirk. Deborah said, I made it. Hello, everyone. One of these days, Deborah, one of these days. Pow! Straight to the moon. Just kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sammy, but unfortunately, like, it costs a lot, especially sending a sewing machine to another country's. The, like, import tax and all of that is just freaking expensive. Shipping it alone would be expensive, and then having to worry about customs and, like, all of that. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff goes into shipping internationally, so it's sad, but you know, that would be a lot of money on their end trying to get that to the winner. Let's see. Fallon says, sorry, Sammy, unfortunately for legal reasons with a large giveaway, it's hard to comply with laws in so many different locations. Yeah, that's another thing, is like the laws that England have, different from the laws that Sweden has, that the laws from Canada has, that the laws from Singapore has. Carrie Quilt says he knows that's my favorite painting. That's awesome. That was really sweet. The duty and sales tax alone would be horrible. I know they would be. I can't even imagine what they would be, to be honest. I would think in like the hundreds of dollars. I could be completely wrong, but it would be expensive to try and send that big of a thing. I know. So I mailed a package when I did. When I stayed in Scotland, I stayed in some Airbnbs in Scotland, and I mailed them a little like thank you package after I got back home, and just to send a small flat rate box from Texas to Scotland, it was $33 just for that small box. I can't imagine, and just a few things in it, like not that many things in it. I can't imagine what like big purchases would be. Like, oof, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I was kind of shocked when I went to the post office. They're like, yes, that'll be $33. And I was like, I'm sorry? No, I'm just shipping this box. And they're like, yes, $33. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Melissa says that she would like to do Starry Night for her youngest son. That would be very cool. Maybe y'all could do it together. That would be a fun little support group, right? That would be a fun little legit kit support group cheering each other on. Guess who Nancy says, and we need to shout out So Yeah for doing, yes, absolutely, thank you. Big shout out to So yeah, because basically like Fallon and Matthew, they just kind of called So Yeah and were like, hey, we want to purchase. They wanted to purchase the machine, like they didn't even ask for the giveaway. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. They asked So Yeah and said, hey, we want to purchase the Juki for a giveaway. And So Yeah was like, oh, we'll just give it to you. Amazing. Lori says it cost me $38 to send a quilt to Laura Lynn last year. Goodness gracious. There goes my thread. Okay, let's see if I'm going to have enough of this black thread to do everything that I need to do. Mailing letters from Canada to the US is over $2. Gosh, I mean, it's like, what, 58 cents? What is it? I have forever stamps, so I don't even remember what the cost is right now, but ugh. Ugh, my nose is all itchy because when I start talking on the microphone, I try to project and it like vibrates my sinuses, and so my sinuses are really itchy right now. Lori says it was worth every penny. I bet it was. I bet Laura Lynn did a beautiful job on it. Teresa says, wow, that was so kind of him. It was, wasn't it? Deb says, postage is getting ridiculous. It kind of is. Kind of is. Am I going to have enough black thread to get me through everything? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm getting real close to the end of this spool of thread, so cross your fingers. There we go. Okay, cool. I was getting worried there for a moment. I was like, oh no! Pardon me. I apologize. I honestly forgot I was on camera for 2 seconds. Just burped right in your ear. That was rude. Apologies. Apologies. All right, there we go. I hope when I take it in to get serviced, I'm going to mention to them that my automatic threader thing is not working so well. There it goes. It does not seem to want to thread the thread sometimes. All right. And it's not automatic, but whatever it's called, the non-automatic threader. Ooh, do y'all want to see some quilts I got back? I totally forgot. Let's see. Okay. Deb says I sent a quilt to my brother in the UK and it was $86. Golly. It's ridiculous. And then Catherine says, what are the measurements of those piano keys? Each individual piano key is 2.5 by 6.5, right? Yeah, 2.5 by 6.5. All right, so I went and picked up some quilts from my quilter on Tuesday last week, and I got this one back. Let me open it the right way for y'all. Yeah, okay, so look at this one. Look at it. Look how cute it is. I haven't done the binding yet, so ignore that it doesn't have a binding on it, but look how cute that is. And then if you can see, the quilting is boo and a whole bunch of ghosts. So Love it. Can't wait to put the binding on that one. It's going to be so stinking cute when it's all done. I got some other quilts back, but I'll show those off another time. Joy T paid 67 cents last week for a forever stamp. I bought a book. Ugh, immediately bought a book. Do, 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 do. Some people are saying that they really like the quilts. Thank you. It's a mini wall hanging one. I'm gonna keep that as a decoration. I'm gonna put a sleeve, a hanging sleeve on the back of it, so that way I can hang it up during spooky season. My quilter was like, oh, you can hang it up outside or wherever, and I was like, no, it's not going outside. I don't know why you would say it would go outside, because it's not going outside. Teresa says, I've been making pillowcases with leftover linework fabrics to match the quilt. That's awesome. I love that. I'm really bad about like making pillows and stuff, but I don't really have any, decorative pillows, so it doesn't really matter anyways. I literally just have the pillow that I sleep on, and that's about it. Deborah says, I didn't catch you from the beginning, so can you please show what you're doing today? Piano keys. Yes, I can. So I've been working on the Atomic Starburst quilt, which is this one right here, and I wanted to add a border to it, so I am making this piano key border for my quilt. And then I'm going to add at each of the corners. I made little keystone blocks, or corner blocks, excuse me, corner blocks, not keystones. I have these, and these are going to be on each cornerstones. So we're going to have little hanging bats on each of the cornerstones. Oh, thank you, Sandy. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate your support. Anytime you leave a comment or give me a thumbs up or anything like that, that so helps out my channel. And as y'all know, I'm really, really, really trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. That would be amazing. I want that plaque so bad. So bad. And if you didn't see last week, I did an interview with Kim from Cotton Cuts. That interview was so much fun. So definitely go check it out over on the Cotton Cuts YouTube channel. They have the interview over there. And then also I have put it under my favorite videos. If you go to my channel, under the playlist of favorite videos, you'll find it there as well. Deborah says, that is beautiful. Deb says, oh my gosh, that's so awesome, it's black. I know, it's beautiful in this. I love the Tula Pink Fairy Flakes. I think it is... It just gives the perfect amount of texture and like the black up against the brights. It's, oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Wow, Ian, I can't wait for, that quilt looks amazing. I can't wait for it to be completed. Molly, you and me both. I know my quilter is going to have so much fun working on that one, so I'm excited for that, for sure. Deb says it was a great interview. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of, every time Kim and I talk to each other, it's always a lot of fun. I did an interview with her on my channel a long time ago. But we had a great time just chatting, so yeah, that was a really fun interview. Definitely go check it out if you Need something to put on the TV while you're sewing? It's a good one to put on. Excuse me. It must be, I can't tell if it's dry here in Texas or if it's just because I've been like talking so much. Probably because I've been talking so much, to be honest. Probably because I've been talking so much. And I bet it is dry. I bet it is dry here in my apartment too, because I forgot that the heat kicked on a couple of times last night. Siri, what's the humidity in here?
Humidity in the living room is normal at 45%.
It's 45%. Oh, I just realized I may have set everybody's. If I set your S device off, I apologize. I totally forgot. Probably everybody's was just like, hey, the humidity is this, this, and this. And you're like, hey, I didn't ask for that. I liked when Kim asked you if you would recommend the puzzle mystery quilt to others. Funny answer. I knew she was going to ask me that question, and I literally was like, I had my answer kind of ready, and then I don't know what took over me, but I was just like, let's go with a funny answer. It's true though, you get addicted to them. I can't help it. Sylvia Quilts Fallon also says, Ian, I'm behind on your video, but I wanted to say that your Atomic Starburst quilt looks amazing. Thank you, Fallon. I appreciate that. I love it. I cannot wait to finish it, which I'm gonna get it done today. I'm telling myself, like, I'm gonna finish this off today because I'm ready to add that to my completion pile. To go hand off to my quilter, which she literally has, like, I kid you not, probably 5 of my quilts right now. I took away 3 and I gave her, so I picked up 3. She still had 2 and I dropped off 4 more, I think. 3 or 4 more, so she's got like 5 or 6 of my quilts. She's like, you're gonna have to like open your own store. And I'm like, I don't know about that. She does want to open in the future like a little corner of her studio where people can sell products, because she makes like sample quilts and stuff. And she's like, I would love to have a little area where I can sell some of my quilts and stuff. And I'm like, I would put some of my stuff in there. Deborah says, I was watching So Yeah last night and I probably should not have. I'm broke again. My allowance is down to 0 until next month. Well, it's all right. We all do that. I'm trying not to buy, like, I'm trying to buy fabric specifically for projects. Like, I'm trying not to just pick up fabric to pick up fabric, because I was going through my fabric last night and I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much fabric that I don't know, like, I don't have a project for it. It's just sitting in my closet. So I'm trying to be more meaningful with my purchases this year. That is a resolution that I'm going to try and stick to. Excuse me. Deborah says, wishing I was a long armor so that I could always be working on something that I loved. Well, sometimes you may get some quilts that you don't love. As a long armor, it happens. You may get a project that you're like, oh, I hate this so much, and yet you still have to do it. Not saying that my quilter feels that way, but if I was, like, I'm talking from my own, like, I don't know, like, you always know that there's that one project that is a thorn in your side no matter what you do. And Deborah says, until the next tulip. That was my one exception for this year, is the Tula line of Roar. Like, I'm collecting that one. That one is not a purpose, like, I don't have a project for that. I will be collecting that one, and I gave myself the understanding that that was going to be a collection buy, not a project buy. So that is, yes, you were right on that one. But I already anticipated that. So I would love to buy bolts and bolts of that fabric, to be honest. Molly says, same. I either need to use what I have or donate it before I buy any fabric, just because. Yeah, there's been some fun, like really fun fabric, and I'm like, I want to buy that. And then I'm like, but I have a million pieces of fabric at home. So going to QuiltCon is going to be hard, because I'm going to be like, I want to buy everything. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try real hard. And we're going to keep it to fabric for project only, not just because. Oh, is Tula going to be at QuiltCon? I don't think she is, Joy T. I haven't heard either way, but I don't think she will be. Lori says, I have a quilt from hell. When I go, it's coming with me. Oh, man. I think you and Adam Sows are neck and neck with your Tula collections. I think he has more than I do, to be honest. I saw pictures of his studio the other day and was like, ooh, wow, I don't have... Like, I wouldn't mind winning that competition at all, but I don't have nearly what he has. Deborah says, I love Tula Pink's Pinkerville line. I wish I would have known more about her then. I would have bought it, bolts of it then. Maybe she'll put that in one of her deja vus. So you never know. You never know. Jackie says, you might have to move all of your fabric when you... yeah. I will move all my fabric with me. That is not... Nope. And I've already decided when I move all of my things, like, the movers will take all the furniture and, like, the big things. I'm going to take the fabric. Like, I'm going to pack it in my vehicle and take that with me. I'm not going to let the movers move it. Melissa says, that's what I'm doing as well. Only getting things for projects. Yeah, I need to be more mindful about that, because I spent a lot of money last year. I have it. It's not a problem. Like, I'm not going into debt because of it. But I just, like, I'm running out of space for all the fabric. So I'm going to cut down on the intake a little bit for a while and see if that helps. There is a car alarm going off. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. I don't know. I hope that's not my car. Hope that's not my car. Let's see here. LOL, just finished one of those. I FMQ on my domestic and quilted the entire corner, folded over, had to rip it all out. Ugh. Oh, that sucks. Sammy says, I'm not allowed to buy fabric unless it's required to finish an already started project. This way, I might be able to afford to send some of my tops off to a long armor. Absolutely. That's the other expensive part about being a quilter, is sending your projects off to be long armed. Deborah says, yes, when your fabric is more valuable than your furniture. It's true, sadly. And I do not want it to get damaged or lost, so yeah. I might actually ship my car and rent a van. That may happen. Deborah says, I have plenty of space at my place. If you want to store some here, just saying. Store some. So Terry says, is it my car? I hope not. I didn't know we lived in the same apartment complex, so Terry. Let's see. Okay, Matthew. Matthew popped into chat and said, it is your car. I was putting a fun bumper sticker on it for you. That's okay. I will have to go see what that bumper sticker is, Matthew. Melissa says, it gets overwhelming looking at the growing stash. It can. I definitely was looking at it last night and going like, what can I do with all this fabric? Because, I mean, it's a lot. And I don't have, like, specific projects for it all, so. Soviet Quilt says, I put my fabric buying freeze and then, oops. I put myself on a fabric buying freeze and then wandered into one of Soya's lives and spent way too much. It happens. That's why when we're making like New Year's resolutions, it's not to like, don't say I'm not buying any fabric. Like, that's not realistic. Like, be realistic with your intentions. Like, don't say I'm not buying any fabric this entire year. Like, that's why I'm putting myself on the I'm not buying fabric unless it's for a project. And I do have the exclusion of like the Roar line from Tula Pink. I know that's going to happen. Like, I'm accounting for that. Not a big deal. So, yeah. Deborah says, I see a road trip in my future if you want to hire me to follow you when you move. Big smile. Uh-huh. I bet you do. I bet you do see that, Deborah, don't you? But yeah, I may end up shipping my car to wherever I end up moving and then rent a van from, you know, U-Haul or one of the car rentals and then pack all of the stuff. My sewing machines, my serger, my fabric, all that stuff may get packaged and I will take that. All right, here's another piano key. Whee! True, Ian, I mainly only got backing fabric for quilts I want to finish. See, then that's for projects. That's for projects that you already have, so. One more to go. One more to go. And then I got to iron. I ironed all of those seams open. So I'll have to sit here and iron all of those seams open. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So Terry said, I did the same. No buying for a while, but when I make up the rules, I can also break the rules like loyalty, but who am I? Like loyalty, but who am I kidding? Hey, you know, it's okay. Like I said, I gave myself an out because Tula Pink, y'all know she's one of my favorite designers. Dinosaurs, need I say more? Like, I'm okay with that, so. Jackie, do you have a deadline to decide where you're moving to? October 1st. October 1st, because my lease here is up October 1st, and I have to give 60 days notice. I thought it was 30 days, but I have to give 60 days notice, so really it's like August 1st is my deadline. So, yeah, I gotta start figuring this out. Melissa says Tabby Road and Roar. Yep, I love Tabby Road, and the rainbow Lucy in the Sky, like that print, So pretty. And I want to do Tulip Pink had the Minky Lucy print. And I want to make an Udi with that because she actually had an Udi on with those Tabby Road prints. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to make that. Like, I will buy that fabric for that project. Absolutely. I can buy fabric as long as it fits into my project cabinet. That's a good idea, Carrie. Deb says, I've been downsizing my stash and putting together kits for 3-yard quilts. Then we'll make these for donation quilts. Meets my donation goal, plus make space for stashing more fabric. Very good. Jackie, I know it's not long. Ooh. Kev says, what are your moving options, Ian, as far as where? I don't know yet. One direction that I was going, like thinking in, has suddenly taken a very different turn, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes that y'all are not aware of, and it is stressing me out a little bit. So Terry says, dinosaurs break all the rules, don't they? Yes, they do. Deborah says, if you are going the U-Haul route, then you can get the car trailer to pull behind the van or a small box truck. I have thought about that. That might happen as well. I don't know. I haven't decided. Tangle Zest says, I was trying to have no more fabric coming in than fabric being used. Now I have a big box of fabric in my entryway. Technically, it's not really in my collection yet, right? I see how that logic works. Jan says the new Tim Holtz got me. That's funny. So Becca says, y'all need to convince Ian to move to Virginia. Lori says, I spent quilt cash on cross-stitch fabric. It is also expensive. Goodness gracious. Joy T says, move near Becca. Melissa says, yes. I have a lot of fabric, but I took a break from sewing to do paper crafting, was making greeting cards. Deb, you went the opposite way of I did. I went from greeting cards to sewing, and you're going from sewing to greeting cards. Barbara says, I lived in VA for 30 years. He would love it. I did enjoy my time at Lions. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get a cough drop really quick, a throat lozenge, because my throat is a little raw at the moment. So I'm going to throw in a throat lozenge to help my throat. Morgan says, I agree with Becca. Move to Virginia. Deborah says, I still think California is possible as long as you're not in a big city. Central Coast is looking good. NTL has a good question. Does your job determine where you can move, or are you a remote worker? I am a remote worker, so I can work anywhere, as long as I have an internet connection. Kev says, so Becca, we all know that's where... You don't know that for sure. I don't even know that. All right, I need to do 32. Let's see, that one started on... We're going to start green this time, or... I don't know what we're going to start on. Sure, why not green? Jackie says, I'm using my parents' dresser for my fabric that I can keep. If it doesn't fit, I can't keep it, or I have to take something else out of the dresser, not including kits. That's a good idea. Joy G says, I want to move near Becca. Matthew says, Colorado is a pretty sweet place too. Beautiful, friendly, amazing outdoors. Carrie says, Virginia is good, close, that I might be able to visit. Donna is here. She says she's a little late, but happy to see everybody. Not at all. You're not late at all. Deborah says, I want to be a remote worker. Is your company hiring, and what do you do for them? I am an instructional designer, which is really awesome because I can work remotely and my team is literally spread out across the country. It is an amazing job, and I don't think we're hiring at the moment. All right. So I need 32 strips. So let's start off on talks amongst yourselves for a moment. I guess an orange one? Should I start off with orange? Yeah, let's start orange. Sure, why not? 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 25, 26, 27. Uh-oh. Well, I'm a little short, but that's okay. I'm going to sew what I have here, and then I need to find out, like, yeah, I'll have to like measure the quilt and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to sew what's here, and then I think we may call it a day. Yeah, because we're almost at 2 hours. So I'm going to sew this together, and then we're going to call it a day. Jan says, Michigan is a beautiful state, and Matthew agrees with her. What? Whoa, wait a minute. What is happening here? One of these is too long or too short. Ooh, this is too short. Well, shoot. That is not the right size. Boo. Okay, well, this is fun. Is this one short too? We may be calling it a day here. That one's too short as well. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I cut those too short. Alrighty. That's the right size. All right, that whole stack right there is the wrong size. So we are, yeah. All right, we'll have to recut those. All right, I think we're okay. I'm just gonna have to do some more cutting after I jump off the live and figure out like how much more I need and all that kind of stuff. Goodness gracious, what a mess. You try to be prepared and then it says nope. And you cut it wrong somewhere. All right, let's see here. Nikki says, I'm telling you, Columbia, Missouri, lots of great quilt shops. Ooh, quilt shops, that would be fun. Mona did what? Says, bye, nap time. See you later, Mona. Morgan says, I've been a remote worker for 9 years now, and I can never go back into an office. I feel that real hard. Deb says, the Pacific Northwest is awesome. We are planning to move back to Whibley Island, I think is maybe how you pronounce that, to be closer to the kids. That's awesome. Deb says, my husband wants to move to a warmer climate. Me, I'm happy here in Iowa. Let's see. Amy says, Ian, what are you making a salvage? Are you making a salvage name badge for QuiltCon? I am not. I'm not going to be making a salvage name. Oh man. I don't know if I have time though. I just realized that I have a pattern. Oh, I don't have the plastic for it. Shoot. I just remembered. I have a pattern to make a badge holder for conferences, but I don't have the plastic for it. I threw that plastic away. I just remembered that. Dang, I don't have that anymore. Well, shoot. Carrie Quilt says, see you later. See you later, Carrie. Thanks for joining me today. Lori says, I think I know what you are buying at QuiltCon now. Yeah. Right. Tangles S says, Ian, did you do that to make me feel better about the last time I cut a bunch too? No, I did not. Not intentionally. Oh, what are you doing? Sir, madam. For some reason, every now and again, the top thread, like it doesn't think that the top thread is there. And so it's like, where's your top thread? And it's like, no, it's there. Trust me. And so I have to go through and hit the stop button. Or not the stop button, but like the, hey, leave me alone button. And then I have to rethread it. Patricia says, Tennessee is the best. I've lived in New York, Michigan, Illinois, and Texas, but I love Tennessee. The only 10 I see. Deborah says, the shower curtain is clear, right? Well, I mean, yeah, but then I won't have a shower curtain. That would not be a good thing. There we go. Can you use the plastic from a freezer bag? I don't know if I have a freezer bag. And the plastic from like a Ziploc is too thin, unfortunately. I did buy, like I bought the plastic for that pattern long ago. And then when I moved, I got rid of it because I wasn't using it. You know when you get rid of stuff when you really shouldn't? Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna make this. I do have one. I do have a badge holder that I made using it, but I don't know if it's not like made well. It's not made super well, so I don't know. But thank you for reminding me about that. I was like, I totally forgot about that. Joy D says get laminated from FedEx or Office Depot. That might be an idea. Oh, shoot. Don't eat my fabric. I don't have my single stitch plate on right now, and so I've been doing a lot of like moving the needle around. And so I have the wide stitch plate on right now, and so every now and again the fabric, my machine tries to eat the fabric. Look at the vinyl on various bags and packages, says Amy. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any packages that has that. I don't think. I might be wrong though. I'll look around the apartment once I get off live. because I have, hey there, J.K. Lintonland. Jake Lind? I'm pronouncing that very wrong. Hold on, everyone. I don't even know if my microphone connects this far back in the apartment. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. This is an experiment because I'm all the way back in my closet at the moment. All the way back. Okay, here's this. I found it. I found what I was looking for. Ooh. I don't even know. Did my microphone cut out? Did it stop working for a moment? You'll have to tell me when I get back there. You'll have to let me know. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the one that I made. Did y'all lose me for a little bit? I don't know if we can hear you. Good, okay, cool, excellent. Amy says, I'm making a huge mess in my sewing room looking for my selvages. Loud and clear. Okay, cool. You could hear me all the way, like I was all the way in my closet. This is the one that I made for, let's see, this was QuiltCon 2020. I made this one. So we've got the little pocket right here. And then on the back side, it's got this little zipper. So, oh, I just closed it. It's got a little zipper. And so it's got a little pocket right there. So that's what I have this, and I didn't do a great job binding it. So, and I also have holes in it. I stuck my pins. You can't really see it. Yeah, you can kind of see the holes up here. I stuck my pins, my enamel pins. I stuck them there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll use this. I don't know. I'll decide later. Oops, I just threw it on the floor. Just crafting around says, hi, happy Monday morning, Ian. I have, excuse me, and I have school drop off soon, so I can't stay. Well, thanks for stopping in and saying hello. Nikki says, loud and clear. That is so funny that y'all could hear me all the way back there. I didn't know how far, because there's a lot of different things. There's a washer dryer and a water heater in between my closet and the receiver. So I was like, maybe I might end up losing audio, but it didn't. It stayed there. It's crazy. These microphones are like really good. Nikki B's making a huge mess too. I need more tubs of fabric. Just buy a lanyard at Michael's, says Joy T. I have lanyards. The lanyard part is not the problem. It's the, I would love to have like that little pouch and stuff. It's nice. I do enjoy, I totally forgot I had that though. It's nice to have the little pocket up front and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Melissa says, I don't think about a badge holder. I have one from Pride if I remember it. There you go. I have a Pride lanyard. It's actually a Disney lanyard. And actually, I think I probably should pack that. Because the lanyards that they give you are okay, but sometimes they can be a little annoying. Because they like can be rough or stiff or like not soft. So I may throw a lanyard into my luggage. Could you use a page protector for your name tag? Maybe that might work. I have to see. I like the one that I made. I need to make a new one because it's not great. Add that to the like list of things that people do right before they need to leave. Isn't it always the case when you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot X? Is this the right? Yeah. Still, okay, cool. Was worried that this was too short again. Can't believe I cut those wrong. I mean, I can believe I cut them wrong, but ugh, makes me frustrated. Makes me frustrated. Do. Hear people talking somewhere. It's the weird thing about this apartment is sometimes I think I'm hearing people talking from one direction when really it's from another. Like it sounds like it's coming from over here when actually it is over here. So many ideas, so little time. Ain't that the truth? And like worst case scenario, it's not a big deal because like QuiltCon has badge holders for everyone. So it's not like I'm gonna go without. It would just be fun to like customize mine, you know. When do you leave for QuiltCon? I leave on Wednesday. Leave Wednesday. I will be leaving Wednesday night. And I'll be there through Monday morning. Oops. Forgot to backstitch. Back. Forward. Do. Come here. I'm gonna have to count all these up and figure out how many more I need, and I think those two need a few extra rectangles added in them as well, because I think they're like 1 or 2 rectangles too short. So definitely we'll be finishing this offline. Oops. Don't sew 2 pieces. One at a time. One at a time. I'm at the hurry up and get it finished stage where I'm like, I just want to get it done. Just want to get it over with. I have a ton of DVDs, and the plastic covers that DVDs would be a perfect for a badge holder. Oh, that's a good idea, Andrea. I literally don't have any DVDs, though. I sold my DVDs to Half Price Books forever ago. When I moved out of Mom's house, I had a lot of DVDs, and I'm like, we don't need these anymore. That's a good idea, though. Like the plastic from a DVD case. That would be perfect. Whoops, buttons. Are the strips the same width, or are the black ones thinner? I really like the piano keys. They are all the same width. They should be. I apparently cut some of the black ones too thin, but they should all be the same width. They should all be 2.5 by 6.5. And somehow I just cut that black strips, those 4 black strips too short. I don't know how, but I did. And I'm gonna like triple check this one. And actually, did I may have to check. I'm gonna have to go through and check all of them now. Go back and check all of them. Make sure that they are all 2.5. Because I'm gonna be real upset if I got one of them too short. Love that quilt behind you, says just crafting around. I appreciate that. That is my Vortex quilt, which will be on display at the Dallas Quilt Show and hopefully other shows in the future. QuiltCon did not accept that one, unfortunately, which was a major bummer. Is this the right width? I was real sad when they were like, no, thank you. I was like, dang, I really wanted it to be there. But that's okay. That is okay. So it will be in the Dallas Quilt Show and hopefully some more shows in the future. One more. Although we know that this is not the last one, I'm going to have to add some more because I don't have enough. I don't have enough. But it's the last one for this moment. All right, there we go. Last one of the moment until I can cut some more strips, figure out how many I need in total. Let's see, this should be 2, yep, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Yeah, all those other ones are good. So somehow managed to cut those 3 or 4 incorrectly, but all the rest of them are good. So I've got to add some more, but that means cutting some more, and we got to do all the things. So I think we're going to call it a day here because we have done 2 hours and 3 minutes of hanging out, chatting, talking, and I still have to pack. I have not even started packing. My suitcases are still sitting in the closet at this moment. Lots more to do. So anywho, like I said, I don't know when I'm going to be going live from QuiltCon, but I'm going to do my best to go live at some point during QuiltCon. Be on the lookout for that. If you want to know exactly when if you want to know exactly when I go live, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification icon to turn on notifications, and then make sure that notifications are turned on for your mobile device. You can click the bell notification all you want, but if notifications on your mobile device is turned off, you will not receive those mobile notifications. So make sure it's turned on so that way you can know when I go live, and just be on the lookout for me. QuiltCon is happening Wednesday night. I won't be there Wednesday night, but it's happening Wednesday night. That's the award ceremony. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure to have your notifications turned on and just be on the lookout for random lives that pop up on your feed, because I don't know when I'm going to be going live, but I'm so excited for the opportunity to meet all of you and hang out and do all the things. It's going to be a lot of fun for everyone, including myself. I am so excited. I think that's all. Is there any other questions or anything? I don't think there is. Maybe. If there are, leave them in the comments. And if you're in the comments watching this video on the replay, let me know down in the comments what you want to see from QuiltCon, and I'll do my best to see if I can't cover that while I'm there. All right. I love you guys. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. And remember, guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. Bye, everyone.